Good evening and welcome to RBC Sports. A massive fixture coming up tonight in the RegoLiga as league leaders Greenfield Boys United host title challengers Aldass Antlers. This is a match that could have a huge say in the title race.
Absolutely, Gaius. Greenfield come into this game knowing a win would give them breathing space at the top, while Aldass see this as a must-get result if they want to stay right in the hunt. Both sides are strong defensively, both disciplined, and in games like this, it often comes down to one moment.
It does. Fine margins, big pressure, and no room for mistakes. So with everything set and the stakes clear, let's head straight into tonight's action. Greenfield Boys United versus Aldass Antlers, live on RBC Sports.
And we're finally here for this matchup for Matchday 19 of the RegoLiga as Greenfield are playing here against Aldass Rovers. And this is basically near the halfway of the season now of the RegoLiga. 19 games played, another 19 to go left until the end of the season in December this year. But as of right now, we do have this game up for grabs. Greenfield, as they will host against Aldass Rovers. And this matchup is definitely a very interesting game to call between these two sides. So as of for Greenfield, we do have here is Muller and also Victor Ossian, Gary Pomiari, Harry Brockus, Vincent Ganius and David Nantoni with Trappius as well, Sebastian Otis. Still got a lot to go for in this match, but as of for Aldass Antlers, Tapai, Firmino, Farias as well, Alex Tellez, Sanchez, Bailey, Yari and also Brutus Noah. And they've still got a strong team, and De Gea also in goal for Aldass Antlers. Here we go, and let's get straight right now to this matchup. And here we go. Now Vincent Ganius, good defending now. Now Eric Badius, now Eric Bailey now to Depay. Now Firmino. Now is Depay. Good shot, block. And now all the way to David Nantani. And now Muller. Now is Yere. Now Michael Damien. And now all the way to past there now to Thomas Muller. Now all the way here to Michael Damien. Clears the ball now. Pass back away forward here for Thomas Muller. Now here the way to Vincent Ganius now for the ball here for Greenfield. Chance here, cross, could be a goal, and it is a goal. And that's a perfect finish right there for Harry Brockus to put Greenfield in the lead within the first 15 minutes in the game. A nice little crossing play here, all the way. And he hits it nicely right into that top corner. There's a cross there from Thomas Muller, all the way into a shot for Harry Brockus. And now it's all the way to Yere. And now his Brutus Noah. Now Jeffrey Avadis. And now all the way to Brockus. Now it's Tony Trappius. Now Thomas Muller. Vincent Ganius. Now Michael Damien. Now here's Tapai. Now to Thomas Muller. Pass there to Vincent Victor Ossian. So now David De Gea will take the goal kick. Now David Nantani. Now Victor Ossian. Now Muller. Now Vincent Ganius. Now Ossian here's through. Oh, at the post. Massive chance. And now Rento Sanchez. Header there, forward there. Okay, all the way to Jeffrey Avadis. Now Tony Trappis. Gary Pomri. Now Vincent Ganius. All the way to Thomas Muller. Now Yere now to Noah Furious. Now here's to Roberto Firmino. Noah Furious. Alex now Tellez now to Tapai. All the way here to Roberto Firmino. Oh, shot saved. And on Mike Bignette, it's going to be a corner, by the way. Nice counter-attack, I've got to say. And there's a chance there for Aldass Antlers to score. But it was saved by Kayla Navas. So now it's going to be a corner here for Aldass Antlers. Header. Okay, that's going to be now a looks like here a corner here. Cross in here now towards a chance for a goal. No, not the case. Now Harry Brucus now, and that's going to be that for the end of the first half. The score is Greenfield Boys United 1, Aldass Antlers 0. Now we're back for the second half, and here we go. As Rento Sanchez heads through here now to Brodus Noah. Now to Noah Furious. Now to Brodus Noah now. Good counter-attack here, looks like here from a chance here now for a goal to happen. And a header there was way there from Aldass Antlers. They are behind in this second half here. Or heading to the second half. They are losing 1-0, the Antlers. It is a big tight game, this is though, because these two teams are currently in the top end of the table. Greenfield are top of the league, by the way, in the RegoLiga, and they really want to keep themselves top by the end of Matchday 19, because we do have the World Cup break taking place, by the way. There'll be no games after next week's Kings Cup second round, because all the teams will go to a break for 2 months until we return back in August for the second half of the RegoLiga season. So it'd be great if Greenfield can stay top of the league by the end of Matchday 19 till we get to head towards the World Cup, obviously. And now good control there now. And now here's to Jeffrey Avadis. Avidis now to Sebastian Otis. Now to Alex Tellez. And they are behind here, and they want to try and get back in the game if possible here now, Aldass Antlers. Now to Pai. Has a shot here, it's gone to Navas's hands, nice and comfortable right there. Now to Scott Furious, Vincent Ganius. Now Gary Pomri. And now here's Roberto Firmino. And now here's to Nundembele. Nundembele now to Yere. All the way to Brodus Noah. Now Rento Sanchez. Now good counter-attack here now for Aldass Antlers. Cross into the box here, and it's gone all the way right there to Tapai. And now boots the ball now away. Now nice control here to David again. All the way to Thomas Muller. Now Michael Damian. Roberto Firmino. Now it's Rento Sanchez. Now Brodus Noah. And any second now the whistle's going to blow for full time. And Greenfield could win the game to stay top of the league by the halfway through the season before we get to the international break of the World Cup for next month. And it is all over. And Harry Brucus was the only goal scorer in this game to win Greenfield the matchup. And they are in a good position in the RegoLiga table as it ends Greenfield 1, Aldass Antlers 0.
Tonight, a huge result at the top of the RegoLiga as Greenfield Boys United strengthened their grip on the title race with a narrow 1-0 victory over Aldass Antlers. A tight contest, fine margins, and a result that could prove decisive as the season moves forward.
Absolutely. Greenfield knew exactly what was at stake. They stayed organized, limited Aldass' chances, and took advantage of the one real opening they created. It was. They didn't overcommit, they managed the tempo well, and when they went ahead, they never looked panicked. That's the mark of a side chasing the championship.
For Aldass Antlers, though, this one will sting. Definitely. They had spells where they pushed forward, especially late on, but they just couldn't break Greenfield down. Against a direct rival, those missed moments are costly. And with the table tightening at the top, this result gives Greenfield a real psychological edge. Let's now head to game highlights of other games.
A great start to the game here for Gotham City as a header right there from Robin Human with the ball. Pass there to Adam Bart. Adam Bart to Aaron Varius. Varius there to Damien Harry. And Harry back to Varius again. And nice control there for him. Passes it there to Kevin Blanius. Blanius hits it and he scores here against AFC Richmond. And what a goal right there from Kevin Blanius, as Gotham City obviously lead the game by 1-0 over AFC Richmond. A cross in from Isiak Oddor all the way to Dave Blanius. Header, save, back here again, strike into that bottom corner as Tartar scores. And now it's 1-1 in the matchup here. And the keeper could not stop that one from that rebound, in fact. And the match ended as a point between Gotham City and AFC Richmond as it ends 1-1 in the matchup. A nice little control there from Vitras Sparat for Villager FC. And then Harriet, nice control there to Alan McKenzie. And then McKenzie, nice little perfect run for him. All the way there to Mason Greenwood. And then Mason Greenwood, what a rocket finish. Right into that top corner. And now the score is 1-0 to New Forest Vikings against Villager FC in the game. And then obviously a nice little control there from Harriet there to Adam McKenzie. There to Mason Greenwood. Greenwood there to Albert Hayes. Cross into McKenzie. And nice little cut in play. And now the score is 2-0 to New Forest Vikings in the match. And Villager FC have got themselves a goal back in the matchup as Steve Processor, what a rocket strike! And now it is 2-1 here in the matchup so far. And then Villager FC have got themselves another goal in the matchup in the 85th minute to make it 2-2. A comeback from 2-0 down to 2-2 as Homies cross in right there into the goal. As looks like here a brilliant header and a brilliant finish right there for Jamie Vardy to make it 2-2 in the matchup. As an unbelievable cross, crossed in all the way, and a header right there from Vardy. And I've got to say there, he could not have been stopped, by the way, by the goalkeeper, as it ends the Vikings 2, Villager FC 2 at the end of the match. And then Tayo Red Devils have got themselves another goal in the matchup as João Cancelo passes to Diaby, then to David Julius to hit the ball into the goal. And now the Red Devils lead the game by 1-0. And Tyre Red Devils have got themselves another goal in the matchup to make it 2-0 as David Julius there to Nathan Otimus. 1v1 to the goalkeeper and he put it nicely and tidy into that bottom corner and make sure that Tyre Red Devils have got themselves another goal to put themselves extend the lead to make it 2 in the match. The full-time score here in the matchup, it ends here as Tyre Red Devils 2, Parantos FC 0 at the end of the game. And then nice little control here from Jerome Levi, lost it there to Luki Negis. And Neglis there to Felipe Anderson. Nice little hold up here to Matic. Matic there to Johan Cadius. Cadius all the way to Michael Alunga. Shot right there all the way, could have been. And all the way there to Michael Alunga, header to Travis, and then lost it there to Jerome Levi here for Tayo FC. And then Tayo had a chance to score against Southern Coast from across from Lopez. Header there, and it's gone for a save. Rebounded right there, but went wide. The full-time score between Southern Coast and Tayo FC. It ends here as a goalless 0-0 draw between the two sides. And then great pass there to Damari Gray here for Laurentis Grasshoppers. And across all the way into the box to Ichirio Mobile to get that last touch. And now it's 1-0 to Laurentis Grasshoppers. And Laurentis Grasshoppers got themselves that goal to make it 1-1 in the matchup as Curtis Wilhelmus there. Pass to Damari Gray. Pass to Ichirio Mobile. And then Mobile puts the ball into the bottom corner. And now Laurentis Grasshoppers extend the lead. And now it's 2-0 against Insadia FC. A nice hold up here from Duran here for Insadia FC. All the way to Abu Bakr. Abu Bakr there to Quintero. Now Quintero now for Insadia. Cross into Abu Bakr. And he puts the ball into the goal. And that's a goal back here for Insadia FC. And now it's 2-1. And the full-time score between Laurentis Grasshoppers and Insadia FC. It ends Laurentis Grasshoppers 2, Insadia FC 1. And then Wilhoven Knights have got themselves that lead in the matchup as Adam Pontis all the way to Edward Ventatar. And then Newman. Now Gabriel here, Barbosa. Now Jonathan David. And what a finish there from Jonathan David there to put Wilhoven Knights in the lead in the game. A nice little hold up here from Jonathan David here for Wilhoven Knights all the way to Gabriel Barbosa. Then Barbosa got there and he hit the ball right into the bottom corner. And he was in an onside position at the right perfect time. And now it's 2-1 to Wilhoven Knights in the game. Yeah, what a finish. And what a goal. 2-0. A goal back for Coopsfield Terriers in the matchup here for them as Vincent Ambrosius. Good pass there to Deli Ali. Deli Ali got there, hits it right into that side netting. And that's a goal back in the matchup here. And now it is 2-1 to Wilhoven Knights. The full-time score ends as Coopsfield Terriers 1, Wilhoven Knights 2. As a full-time score in the matchup here for tonight. And then a nice little hold up here from Alex Fabry here for Red Bull Trentina. Cross into Prince Charette. Shot, header, rebound, save. Back to Charette again. And then Trente scores. And now it's 1-0 to Red Bull Trentina against Sporting Laurentius. And then nice hold up here from Bart Petrie there for Red Bull Trentina. All the way there to Prince Charente. And then Charette back there, but Bart Petrie. And then Bart Petrie hits it into the bottom corner. And that is a finish right there for Red Bull Trentina as Bart Petrie makes it 2-0 against Sporting Laurentius in the game here for this afternoon. And then nice header there, bouncing to Hakim Ziyech all the way to Prince Charente. And now Charette there all the way to Bart Petrie. And then clearance away there from Sporting Laurentius, by the way. And then Laurentius got on the attack, lost it there to Ericus, now to Hakim Ziyech. And now Bart Petrie there, all the way to Prince Charette. And a third goal was scored just before half-time. And Prince Charette scores a wonderful finish into the back of the net. As now the score now is 3-0 against Sporting Laurentius in the matchup here for this afternoon. And the full-time score, it ends here as RB Trentina 3, Sporting Laurentius 0 as a score at full-time. Big chance here for Nicola Pepe for Ivigo Impact. Cross into Oscar, header, bounced away there for Inter Taloga. And then obviously Luis Alberto, killer ball alive for Ivigo Impact. Great pass of Peter Farnes. Aubameyang has a chance to shoot. Good block. Back again to Aubameyang. Cross into the box here. Lacazette could have scored, he could have done. But that ball went wide off target. That was a massive chance there for Ivigo to score. But it is obviously gone wide. Big chance here for Inter Taloga as Mitch Scotty. Pass there to Wilfred Zaha. Peter Farnes holds it. Pass there to Nicola Pepe. Pepe there to Oscar. Oscar there to Aubameyang. Aubameyang hits it, and nice chance, but gone wide. And now it's header right there from Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang in the matchup. All the way to Nicola Pepe. Pepe there to Oscar. Oscar shoots, and it's gone wide. And then nice little hold up here from Felipe Coutinho. Pass there to James Rodriguez. Then Ericus Christus with the ball here for Inter Tologa. Pass there to James Rodriguez. Little Rabona cross into the box there. Coutinho right there to get there, but it's got for a save. The full-time score ends. No goals scored between Ivergo Impact and International de Tologa as it ends 0-0. A nice perfect run here to Jacob Jordan here for Chess Motor. All the way past there to Marco Reus. Reus pass in there to Ivan Toney. And then Ivan Toney hits it. Rocket shot right into that top corner as Ivan Toney has put Chess Motor Blue Warriors in front over Los Andreas Pompey here in the game. And what a wicked strike there from Ivan Toney. And that's the first goal so far, half an hour in the game, in the matchup here for this evening. Another goal from Ivan Toney in the matchup. Nebai Kaite. Pass there to Marco Reus. Then obviously Ivan Toney got there. And Toney hits it right in the bottom corner. And now the score is 2-0 to Chess Motor. And then Chess Motor got themselves a goal here to make it 3-0. As what a hit from Marco Reus, the German. As Reus hits it in, the keeper couldn't stop it, and now they are leading now by 3. And then Los Andreas Pompey have got themselves a goal back in the matchup as Andrea Jacobus hold up here from Various Rex. Rex shot right into the top corner, and that is a goal back right here for Los Andreas Pompey in the matchup. But they are obviously going to lose the game, of course, but at least they got a consolation goal. And the full-time score between Chess Motor Blue Warriors and Los Andreas Pompey, it ends here as Chess Motor 3, Los Andreas Pompey 1, as a full-time score in the game here for tonight.
We begin with the full results from Matchday 19 in the RegoLiga. At the top of the table, Greenfield Boys United edged past Aldass Antlers with a narrow 1-0 victory, extending their lead at the summit. Gotham City FC and AFC Richmond shared its points in a 1-1 draw. A dramatic encounter in New Forest ended 2-2, as New Forest Vikings and Villager FC played out an entertaining stalemate. Title challengers, TO Red Devils returned to winning ways, defeating Purantos FC 2-0. It finished goalless between Southram Coasts and Tayo FC, as both sides settled for a 0-0 draw. Laurentius Grasshoppers picked up a valuable 2-1 win over Insula FC. A solid away performance from Wilhoven Knights saw them beat Coopsfield Terriers 2-1. Red Bull Torrentina were convincing winners, sweeping aside Sporting Laurentius 3-0. A tight contest between Ivergo Impact and Inter Tolga ended 0-0. And finally, Sesmoda Blue Warriors claimed a 3-1 victory over Los Andreas Pompey. So, let's take a look at how those results affect the RegoLiga table. At the top, Greenfield Boys United strengthened their grip on first place, moving on to 46 points and opening up a small but important gap. Just behind them, TO Red Devils remain firmly in the title race on 44 points. The battle for the European places is intensifying, with Wilhoven Knights, Red Bull Torrentina, Aldass Antlers, and Sesmoda Blue Warriors all separated by just a handful of points. In the chasing pack, Inter Tolga and Tayo FC continue to hover just outside the European spots. At the bottom end of the table, the relegation battle remains tense, with New Forest Vikings, Coopsfield Terriers, and Sporting Laurentius still fighting to escape the drop zone. With Matchday 19 now complete, the title race is tightening. The European places are wide open, and the relegation fight is far from decided. Every fixture is now crucial as the RegoLiga season enters a decisive phase. Coming up next week in the RFA Kings Cup, it's another huge derby. Tayo FC face Tayo Red Devils, with a place in the next round on the line. That's all from us here on RBC Sports. Thanks for watching. We'll see you next time.